Hello, Sanbonani, Tumelang Mulweni. Welcome to Asathi Reviews. My name is Asathi Nzelu, and in this video, I'll be doing a film review of the movie Magic Mike's Last Dance. The executive producer is Julie Anderson. The director is Steven Soderbergh. The writer is Raid Carolyn. The cinematographer is Peter Andrews. The main characters are Channing Tatum as Mike and Salma Hayek Pinault as Mendoza. I have decided to title the movie Ecstasy. Magic Mike's Last Dance is the story of a retired dancer who lost his furniture shop during the COVID pandemic and had to find odd jobs in order to get by. One of the odd jobs that he found was one of a bartender at a rich lady's party, where he also met someone who recognized him from his past life as an exotic dancer. The lady that knows Mike as an exotic dancer recommends that Miss Mendoza, the host of the party, requests a private session with Mike so that she can wind down and forget about her ongoing divorce for a minute. Mendoza takes her friend's advice and requests a private dance from Mike, but Mike refuses, claiming to have left that life in the past. Mendoza is persistent in her request, and Mike finally budges and he gives her a memorable, enthusing, and breathtaking communion of intimacy through dance. Consequently, their communion ends in copulation. The morning after their unprecedented coitus, Mendoza is filled with both feelings of pleasure and regret. Nonetheless, she invites Mike to come to London with her, promising him a surprise. Mike budges, even though he was hesitant at first, and they fly first class, getting to know each other personally on the plane. When they get to London, Mendoza decides that Mike will be staying with her in her luxurious house, and she also takes him shopping. After shopping, Mendoza shows Mike the arts theater that she has now acquired ownership of from her ex-husband. Mendoza fires the employees that were loyal to her soon-to-be ex-husband, and she hires Mike as the director with the intention of reviving the theater and turning it into a place of women empowerment. Mendoza's daughter, though, pours cold water on all those ambitions as she believes that her mother is going through one of her weird stages where she takes up new challenges but never sees them to the finish line. Their plan to revive the theater and make a show is set into motion, and they meet very intriguing characters as they try to find dancers. One of the previous employees is very inspired by Mike's work as a director, and she grovels to Mendoza to let her have a part in the play they are making. The newly cast actress brings some refreshing and creating ideas as they make up the storyline. After rehearsals, Mendoza takes Mike to go meet some of her friends at a restaurant. Mike is not very fond of Mendoza's friends as he has witnessed how double-faced they are when Mendoza went to the bathroom. In the car on the way home, Mendoza tries to make some carnal advances on Mike, and she gets disappointed when he rejects them. They are making some nice progress on their play, but Mendoza is not happy. She feels that there should be more, and so she decides to expand the stage. When the municipality gets wind of this, they threaten her with a fine and consequently seizure of the theater if she does not return it to its original form. As Mendoza and her team try to fight this injustice, they decide to reach out to the only woman on the municipal committee. They believe that this sudden restriction is the work of Mendoza's controlling ex-husband. They organize a private dance for the lady on the committee as means to entice her into helping them, and they succeed. Mendoza's ex-husband finds yet another way to use the municipality against her, and this time he succeeds. Mendoza and Mike are given a week to shut down the whole thing. Mendoza becomes very despondent and decides to throw in the towel. Mike also doesn't succeed in convincing her to fight some more, so he decides to take matters into his own hands and put together a stellar show to open on the last day of the theater being shut down. Mendoza's daughter and assistant also lend hands in ensuring that people know about the play and they do attend. After days of locking herself in her room, Mendoza's daughter and her assistant succeed in convincing her to go watch the play that Mike has put together. Mendoza and the rest of the audience is highly impressed and thoroughly entertained by the play. Mike also does a performance at the end to remind Mendoza of the good times that they shared together. When the play is done, Mendoza and Mike meet backstage, and Mendoza shares the good news that her divorce has been finalized at last, and they ride into the sunset together. This is a thoroughly entertaining movie and definitely not recommended for anyone under the age of 18. This movie strongly emphasizes the importance of consent and that people should make it a point to acquire it and keep it. Thank you so much for watching this film review. My name is Asathi Nzelu, and please do like, subscribe, and comment down below under the hashtag Asathi Reviews.